What's up YouTube, Daly from Daly TNG, and today we're taking a look at the Watt Stun deck that was submitted by Bed for Mercy. He commented on my Pojo thread asking for help with this deck. Here's the list right now. Let's look at his original post here. So he says, I would love for you to take a look at my Watt deck. I'm trying to put 3 times Target Demise in, but I'm not sure what monsters to cut. I know we can cut 2 Thunder Kings, but I really wouldn't want to run more than 12 monsters with Demise. With 2 Thunder King, 1 Watt Giraffe, 1 Watt Cobra, 1 Watt Fox, compulsory for 3 Target Demise, 2 MSC plus Book of Moon work. So, yeah, I think I have a pretty good idea how to play Watts. I've ran them at more than one event. I ran them at locals one time, and I ran them at a regional. The unfortunate thing was though that my deck was stolen at the regional, and I think Watt Giraffes at the time were like 12 to 15 apiece, and I had tour guides in it. So I actually like negged really hard at a lot of expensive cards in that deck, and I just I was really upsetting. But either way, that's okay because the deck is not too expensive anymore, and I'm still playing to this day. It was just an unfortunate experience. So I do kind of have a love for Watts. I actually was pretty close to topping that regional before my deck got stolen. I believe I was 4-2 in an 8-round regional. So all I had to do was win 2 more matches, and my first 2 losses were kind of dumb. So it happens. Anyways, here we are. So let's do a test run with the deck and see how it goes. The one asshole, because Watts are kind of an asshole-y deck. Pretty much how it goes. So let's go into it, and here we are. This deck does generally want to go first, but I think being that it's Watts should be okay. And we're playing Risk Gravekeepers. Okay, this matchup is already... Actually, no, you know what? It's not too bad, because all we really have to do is summon Barrier Statue, and we kind of just win the matchup, because Barrier Statue just kind of fucks over Gravekeepers. Spy is really obnoxious to deal with, though, so that's definitely something we have to worry about, because we don't have a good way to beat over Spy in our deck, since if it's just in defense position, I can't beat it. I don't believe I have to remember what... Ooh, he hits 1 card on my hand. Okay. Okay, it is whatever. Ooh, okay, we drew a good card. So Watt Cobra is actually pretty just nuts in a lot of matchups here, mainly because it goes, hey, I just get to attack directly and deal some damage. I like it. It's one of those cards where it's really strong when it goes, especially like when it goes off, because your advantage just rolls really fast after Watt Cobra goes through. Straight to deal 1,000 to my opponent, and we get to search. I think Watt Giraffe's going to be correct. I really don't think the synchro access this deck has is just like warranted enough to do it, so I probably won't be synchroing too much in here. I'm just not a big fan of the synchro aspect of this deck, because like your basic Watts just do enough alone, in my opinion. Like Watt Fox is a good card. There's no doubt about that. It's good enough for what it does. Like as like being searchable 1 or 2 of is probably fine for it, but I just don't see it being that strong just in general. So here we are. And we get to summon Watt Giraffe. Unfortunately, we don't have one of our Dark Bribes to protect it, but we might just win this matchup anyways. I thought it'd be a little bit harder, but at least with the hand I had at the time. But I think we should be okay. There are a lot of ways to take the Watt deck in general. I probably should have gone for Etch Sun Knight would be really nice. Oh yeah, I'm missing 2 cards of the Etch deck because they're banned, which is really crappy. Oh, we do have a Dark Bribe set. What am I talking about? Let's Dark Bribe that shit. What the hell? Dark Bribe, too good, man. Take your draw. I'll take my searches and my battle damage. That's all this deck really needs to do. No. So yeah, let's get in there. 1,000, and we have to search right away. Watt Fox is probably the choice. I really wish we had a level 3 Watt that was played like really good, because Watt Fox plus the level 3 would be really strong together. I do understand the idea that Chimera is good. It's just a lot of the decks, they kind of throw all the resources on board really fast, so having that hit out of hand is just a little bit too slow nowadays. So we have lose 1 turn, we have that. I can't sell Watt Fox this turn. That's really shitty. Nope. But, like if you could like synchro on the battle phase or something, that'd be great. Our card that I'm looking at that might be okay in here, that he's not currently in here, is Brionic. I think Brionic would be really good because your opponent can't respond after you Giraffe. So if you Giraffe attack, have Fox in hand, you can summon Fox and Giraffe and just kind of wreck your opponent by removing all their stuff without them being able to respond to it, because they can't activate any cards after Giraffe hits. Giraffe is kind of one of those cards where I think at some point we might see it go up in value, or it might just come out in a format. I think Pendulums would have been one of the best formats for it. I think we did see it thrown in here and there. And so I think one person topped with it where he was playing like Pendulums with Giraffe in it, or Giraffe. Oh shit, how do I out that? I don't really. That's super annoying. Yep, so we just lose. No, we have no way to respond to that. It's unaffected. And I don't play MSTs in here, which I can see MSTs being okay. I'm just not I'm just not big on MST in general. We can't lance it. That's fine. We'll take that. We'll get damage out anyways over time. 4 damage calculation. No, I can't do anything to it, unfortunately. This is one of the best cards in the matchup against me, honestly. That Heretic is so broken. Not broken, but like it's good. It's good at just beating my deck specifically. But I think we just Moonmirror Shield, and Moonmirror Shield only affects the equipped monsters, so that means we're okay with it. Huh. See, I understand that he's going for the synchro build, but like Fox can't attack directly. That just kind of seems bad to me. Let's activate on there, and then nope. So hopefully we're not running into a Mirror Force here. That would be really unfortunate. Yes. No. Second Mirror Force, baby. What are we gonna do? Yes. So we'll lance the Fox. Yes, and we'll compulse our Giraffe. Dark Bribe would have just fucked me up right there, actually. That's scary. I probably should have flipped lose one turn at some point, but I'm not seeing it necessary right now. I won't get the attack boost, I don't think. I'm pretty sure because I'm not affected by spell cards, so it's just a waste to summon that right now. We still have our normal summon to hold. Let's throw... We don't want to lose one turn yet, but we should do it on his turn, I guess. I don't want to have to deal with it, so... Yeah, like lose one turn is not good in this matchup at all, but we'll flip it right now just to get it activated. I'm not gonna special summon at all, so it doesn't really matter. This doesn't do anything as long as I just have Fox on board. Okay, duality, card of demise. You auto take card every time. That's pretty standard, honestly. Yep, take card of demise. I'm surprised he hasn't tombed me yet. That's one of the stereo cards in this deck too. Is the Necro Tombs. Demise. Okay, I really wish this deck had demise, but we're kind of okay without it. God, we need a way to remove monsters. Ooh. Wait, he can't tribute it. I don't think he can, at least. Oh, he can tribute it. Oh, cool. Well, I'll just Quaking, and then he's just locked into one set Descendant for the rest of the game while I just hit him with a Wadraff. I really don't want to play... I don't really want to put Moonmirror Shield on top. Neither of them matters, honestly. Top of deck. Let's go bottom. There's a lot of other cards I'd rather have at this point. I'm kind of debating whether I want to hold off on using popping Descendant, but I feel like he'll just pop my Spell and Trap cards if I just let him summon monsters. He's probably not gonna go for battle phase stuff, so it's fine. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's alright. Duality, that's good. Let's see what we get here. Seahorse, auto-take Seahorse essentially every time, because it'll get us into 2 more Cobras. So then those Cobras will let us slow roll the game fast. I want to say like fast away. The thing with Thunder Seahorse is it's a really good plus, especially on Watts, but the problem is like you don't want to... Oh, damn! Okay, I was not expecting a Solemn Strike here. That's really good. That being said, it's not hitting any of my problem monsters, so I don't really care that much. Let's just summon. He's locked into... He has to draw a monster now in his very low count, his low monster count deck to like do anything, and he's used up. I want to guess he's playing 2 Descendants, 2 to 3 Spies. He's probably playing... He's got a pretty good chance to open one, I guess. He's probably playing 10 monsters at most, and all of them that were committed. Let's look at 1, 2, 3, 4. Storming. Okay. I want to say 4 of his 10 to 12 monsters have been committed at this point, so he's probably not playing that many. He's probably playing 6 more. So about a 6 in 26 chance of opening it. That's 1 in 4. He didn't draw it, so we're okay. Again, we're kind of sitting on... I want to guess those odds. I mean, he might play 12 monsters, just Commandant is barely another monster. Do we Thunder King Ryo here is the question, or do we save it? Thunder King Ryo doesn't really do too much, honestly. I'd rather get the damage in at this point. Like, he might have Duality. It's the only thing I can think of it hitting. duality or terraforming, but duality has to get a monster for it to matter, which, I mean, it probably would at this point, but, like, Thunder King gets beat over by every monster in his deck other than Heretic, so we'll just hold on for that. We definitely could have held on. He saw him striking it. Wow. Putting himself, dude, that's so dumb. Why would you do that? You just lose then if I draw any Watt, essentially. Let's go. We're okay with that. Any Watt draw is good draw. That's fine with me. Bad players being bad. He had no reason to strike that. I guess I removed the monster, but, like, literally any monster you draw, remove my monster, so whatever. A Fossil Dine. Oh, that's game. Unless he has an out, but I'm pretty... That should probably... Ooh, the magic of Moon Mirror Shield. Yeah, that's annoying, but not game-breaking. Interesting. Let's go. 1200. Sure. I'll take it. Let's go. What do we draw into? Game. Unless he has an out, but if he wasn't throwing a Mirror Force up before to stop this, he's not throwing one up now. Let's go battle phase, attack for game. Yay, we win. Okay, so it worked okay there. It was definitely a little bit clunky with some of the draws I had. So let's immediately go to the drawing board. Right away, Fox, we don't want 3 of those. Thunder King Ryo, it just doesn't make sense with the deck to play Thunder King. Barrier Statue, I'm on board with it a little bit. I just still don't think it's that good, so let's remove it. That puts us at 11 monsters. I think the Seahorse... You can play it. If we're going to go Demise route, I don't like the Seahorse here. I think just 8 monster Demise is usually correct. We could argue for Barrier Statue of Heaven still. It does slow down decks, but I don't think it contributes to your win condition enough to be good. Like, stopping your opponent from special summoning is cool, but you have lose 1 turn, which essentially is doing the same thing most of the time. Like, it's stopping him for a turn, and that's all you really care about. So let's focus on the Watt engine here. Let's look at what other Watt cards are good. Watt Pheasant card's actually just a good one of because it's searchable in the deck through Cobra. Like, a lot of the deck is just getting Cobra to hand and then winning off that. I like the rest of the cards in here right now. Solemn Warning is good at outing a lot of monsters in the game. We have Compulse, which is a utility protection card. What are the other Watt cards that are playable? I don't think there's that many of them. I think we kind of just want to keep low attack on our monsters so that we can get under our own messenger. We shouldn't really be taking too much damage in this deck, so I think Solemn Strike is good because it'll just like stop. It stops like the problematic effects like Dryden and stuff. The only deck it's not that, and it'll stop like Ghost Orders from hitting us. Although I don't think that actually works too much in this matchup, does it? Not really. Ghost Order's not too important in this matchup. I guess it stops Ghost Ash, and that's really important. So let's go that. Let's go to Demise now because we want to play through cards Demise. Cards busted. And you're just attacked and then activated afterwards, so it's not even like a brick draw ever. Rather than MST, I like if we're not playing for the turn 1 really protection, like Barrier Statue. Kind of thing here. So if we're not playing for turn 1 protection as much, like a turn 1 loop, like we expect to lose like 50% of our die rolls, we can like really just play all these really safely. I don't know if we need 3 messengers apiece because it kind of just bricks our hands out. But a card in Demise decks that I've always really loved that I don't know if everyone does is Archfiend Eccentric, because it like works and it has multi-use. One, it's a monster, so like if you just need to summon a monster, it's good. But it's also it also like can just sit in the scales to wait to pop a back row, which I think is really important. MST does do it slightly better just because it's chainable, so that it'll hit cards like Diagram. But we have Bribe. We have Bribe to I guess we have Bribe to handle Diagram if we really need to. I don't know if we win True Draco matchup anyway. It's just all they really have to do is put a spell card on board, and we have a tough time with them. So then how do we handle True Dracos if we're facing that matchup? Booker Moon is a one of that would handle it pretty well. So Booker Moon. Let's go Pot of Desires. Let's play 3 of these. So right now, so we're at 3 strikes, we're at 3 bribes, we're at quaking. Let's think. Instead of strike, let's go Floodgate. I think Floodgate's better than that. I really like lands in this deck. I don't like the 3 messengers apiece if we're playing 40 cards. Going over 40 is also definitely not incorrect in this deck. Especially pre-ban list when we still have 3 grass. Stress decks are still prevalent. They're okay. They're okay. They're not super common, I guess. So we have Booker Moon as an out. What are other? We could play Chalice. Chalice stops a lot of monster effects that might be problematic. The only ones that, I guess the only card that really fucks us over is Black Rose, so it's not too worrisome. Let's try to Eccentric down to 2. That gives us some back removal so we can remove problematic spell and traps as they're necessary. Like if we play the Mirror, we have outs to Moon Mirror Shield. And Mirror, by Mirror I mean Barrier Statue Stun. We have Quakings. Quaking and Floodgate are amazing in this deck. Compulse being chainable is pretty nice, but we have we have 3 Quaking, we have 3 Lance, we have Watt Pheasant to remove anything that actually is problematic. Fox, I don't know if Fox should be a 1 of or a 2 of. Having access to synchros is okay. Is a decent thing. It's nice to have, but a lot of the synchros aren't good. Chimera's okay, but in a lot of the real matchups, they commit so many cards to the board that it doesn't really matter. Zoo is me holding hand traps, so I don't know. This deck doesn't care about anything but Ash, so you're trying to hit that 1 of 5 Ash in their hand. It doesn't seem fantastic to me. You know what? I think I highlight the 1 Fox to the utility of you occasionally might draw it, or you might occasionally will search into it and it'll come up that range 6 is really important. However, I think we're kind of sitting on this let's attack directly strategy with Watts almost always and just get damage there and protect the rest of the board through that, which is where Pot of Desires at 3 is a little bit debatable. I think we'll get into it enough that we don't need it at 3 with Card of Demise and Duality at 3 in our decks. We have Arching Eccentric to allow us to get a little bit more space on when we activate Demise, because otherwise when you Demise turn 1, you get a total of 7 cards, I think, minimum, and you just don't have enough room for it without an Eccentric to put on Scales. Otherwise, you're discarding cards, and you don't usually want to be doing that. Especially when you go Demise plus Desires, you're kind of getting fucked by having Eccentric there. And Eccentric's just not bad in general, because 1, it's a spell and trap removal, which is good. Otherwise, it's just straight monster removal, so if there's threats on board, you can remove them. When we have Lose 1 turn, Quaking, and Floodgate, we don't really care about monsters that much, though. Okay. I think this is a fairly decent list for what we're trying to do here. The extract could be touched up a little bit. I don't think we need 3 Watt Chimeras. Let's go, since we're only ever making 1. Let's try to look at other range 6s. The obvious one to me is going to be Brio. That's one that should be in here already. This has got to be an older list because he had Exton Knight in here, which is banned. So I'm assuming this is one from last year, a list from 2015, 2 years ago now, almost. Yeah, 2015, fall format. Wyvern's a pretty good card, and it's cheap now, so that's fairly okay. I wasn't too worried about price in general, because I'm just trying to make the best deck here. But nothing in this deck is too expensive other than Demise and Desires, and if he already wants to throw Demise in, Desires is going to be cheap soon, so we don't have to worry about that. And then Coral is pretty good. I guess Brio just does it just as well. You know what, Coral is good too, we can play that. Our rank 4 engine leaves a little bit to be desired. I think the only one we really want to play is Emerald, so we can recycle our deck once we need to. I don't see that coming up too much, but it would maybe matter here or there. Sky Pegasus, a little underwhelming. Let's go Castel. I don't know why that's not in there already. It might have been, and I just didn't add it, but I thought it wasn't. So Castel. So we have Cowboy. I think Cowboy is fine because it allows for additional attacking per game. I don't see you ever making Heartland Draco on this deck, honestly. It's best when you control a face-up. Your monsters themselves will already do more damage if you're just having 2 than having Heartland Draco. Heartland Draco just doesn't make sense to me. We have Paladinamo, we have this. The Star Seraph guy is pretty good. I mean, I can... it's not... It's almost once per turn you dash 1 structure, 1. Okay, no, I'm thinking of the other one. The other level 4 that people played. It was the one that wasn't Star Seraph, was it? No, it's the one that had Battle of Phase Negation that could come up eventually. Let's just look at rank 4s in general, because I don't think we're never gonna we have our 6s that we're gonna make. We have Insectron, Metaphys, Horse, Chimera, Brio, Coral, Wyvern. Those are all the best ones. I think there might be one I'm missing, but that's okay for now. Omega maybe? Concealer Omega would be good. I think we're okay. Yeah, Concealer Omega seems like a decent card in this deck. Do that. We have 2 more slots left. Tornado Dragon, but it doesn't work on DN for some reason. Just some stupid reason. These are Thunders. I don't think there's a Thunder rank for. Giant Handwood might be okay, but I doubt it'll ever come up. Gagagrass Samurai, that could come up actually for extra finishing people off. Tsukiyomi could come up. And the last one I'd want to play is Dweller. Dweller can come up. Cowboy comes up more than Dweller in this deck, I feel like. What does this do? This phase part is not by the other card effects this turn. You turn one. So we're probably gonna be. Sea Light Effect Negation seems pretty underwhelming. It doesn't have great attack. I would much prefer Dweller in this deck. So here we are. This is the list I'm going to try now. If I find any changes I want to make, let's go for that. We'll try those later. But I think this is pretty correct. We're only playing 8 monsters, but it's 10 because Eccentric can work as another one, especially with Moonmirror Shield that can come up, or her Tribute effect will come up occasionally. We have a total of like 8 consistency cards in our deck, with Cobra also searching monsters. I think that's important. We have Book of Moon as one of our outs to True Dracos, out to Masterpiece, along with like just being able to like remove it for a turn with Pheasant if we need to. In that case, it loses its immunity for monster removal, or we have Eccentric to remove it. We have Forbidden Lances to protect our Cobras and Giraffes as they're trying to get attacks in. We have Messenger of Peace, which will lock people out for usually for a couple turns until they draw an answer. And if they do draw an answer, we also have Dark Bribe to protect it. We have Moonmirror Shield as a way to just out monsters in general. It's good enough Masterpiece out. I don't know if it's necessary in this one, but it also protects our monsters, which I think is important. It just is one of those cards where you equip it to one of these, and they have to deal with this before they deal with the monster, and I think that's important. Triple Quaking Mirror Force. This is to set their monsters, because if their monsters are set, if they have 5 monsters set, we have Watts. We don't need to attack them. We don't need to remove their monsters. They're just locked under those monsters until they do something. We have Triple Floodgate. Floodgate essentially does the same thing here, where it just flips their guys face down, and we can just attack, so it allows for protection. We have Compulse. This allows for spot removal as necessary. Triple Lose 1 turn. This is another card where it locks their monsters out for a turn if they're trying to special summon, much like Floodgate or Quaking would do, which just allows us to extend our game. Triple Dark Bribe. Just protection from like blanket removal. Generally, Dark Hole or Mirror Forces are the cards we're watching for on Solemn Strikes, and then Solemn Warning as a way to out like summon monsters that could be problematic. I think that's all correct. I think we're good for this game. I think this deck is a little bit better. It's more of a Demise Waddy feel. So let's try to see how it goes here. Rather than just like Watt stun, it's like Demise Watts. Just like Watts instead of the stun aspect. You're sitting on the Watt game plan trying to win off that. Sitting off the Watt game plan with Demise. Okay, so we opened up, I want to say a pretty good hand. I don't think I ever say it. I ever draw a hand like this, and I'm like, this is bad. So let's set everything. I don't know if any of these cards I don't want to set them, so I'd like to draw an Eccentric here. That would be really nice. Ooh, it's Duality. Eccentric would be fantastic. Moonmirror. Okay, there we get the Eccentric. So now we can set everything. I'm not going to Demise this turn. I think we have enough protection that we're okay. Or we're not going to Desires this turn. I think we're in the protection that we're still good. Let's activate. Because if he's special summoning anything, it desolate turn, lose 1 turn. Compulse Book of Moon will protect Watt Cobra, as will Moonmirror Shield. So I think we're good. Let's pass on that. I think that's a good enough hand. And then we can Desires next turn when we have the extra cards to play. Let's go. I think we can win this. I think like our opening hand was good enough that we should beat almost everything. The only deck that might give us trouble is True Dracos. So lose 1 turn. Nope, we're fine. Lose 1 turn just does nothing to the matchup, which that's the scariest one. So, okay, we're playing Cosmos. Cosmos lose 1 turn really hard, so I think that's really good for us. Cosmo Town. I don't have any way to out it, so that's fine. Let's go. Oh, it's Zoo Cosmo bullshit. That's fine. Yep, we're good. We'll just lose 1 turn. The Zoo fucking dies to lose 1 turn also, so that's pretty good for us. Yes, Shane lose 1 turn to that. So everything he summons is now just getting destroyed pretty much easily. It's fine. So now any Zoo he plays is going to be switched to defense position and not have stats. So he's not going to be able to make rat play at all. Well, we're fine on that. I'll probably end turn. I'll Compulse over his Trident, because I'm going to have room for back row anyways. So I think we're good on that. And that we're good. I don't know. Compulse and Book both kind of do the same thing in this matchup. I'm pretty sure this one turns away special, so. Well, a monster is placed on the field and negates its effect during the turn that a monster was special summoned. If an effect monster is special summoned, attack position changes to position. Sure, that's fine. So his Zoos are pretty much dead. The only card he really summons versus me is Slip Rider. And yeah, was for the most part expected. I'm assuming he'll out lose 1 turn. I think we're okay with that. Yeah, that's fine. Because it doesn't trade with my Watt Cobra, so I don't really care that much. End phase. No, we're good. He didn't have a Trident end phase, which Trident end phase is just as good as doing that. So we get this in the hand. Let's see how we want to play here. Let's straight up Desires, see what we get from the Desires. The play I'm going to make here, though, is Watt Giraffe attack directly, Cobra trade into Slip Rider. Nope, we're fine. And I probably should have done that before I Desire. Actually, thinking about it, yeah, it was... because... Okay, never mind, I would have done it anyways, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we'll summon that. I have to debate if that back row is really worth... I think it's always worth eccentricing the back row here. Because this I can handle. I have 2 cards to handle with those cards, so we should be okay. Booker Moon to just set his summon, and then Compulse to remove the other one. Ooh, Eternal Nightmares. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay, he chained it? What? Oh, okay, he wants to have that face up on the field. That makes sense, I guess. Takes the 1,000 for it. That's okay with me. We're not going to special anything. Let's just go straight in the battle phase. We're going to remove this Slip Rider with this, and he won't be able to... Oh, it's more than once per turn. Oh, I didn't know that. I feel like I should know that. 800 though, so we'll have to commit. Oh, how do I out that? The only thing I commit to is Booker Moon, and then hope. He's going to have Barrage, so I just have to hope he has no normal summon that's going to really fuck me over here. No. To top of deck, I guess. Top of deck seems right. Yeah, we'll get more cards. We'll get more monsters rolling with Cobra eventually. Should probably check what was banished here. No. Because if our one more shield down, rock another one. So Floodgate, Dark Bribe, lose on turn. So we don't have Synchro Place, that's fine. Let's go battle phase now. I'm really upset that I didn't draw another one. Yes, attack directly with Giraffe. That gets some damage in. Nope. No! There's so many things to chain here. Actually, Booker Moon on Slip Rider. That way we can handle it with Cobra this turn. Although having the Cobra search is nice, I do want to have that other... No. Yeah, so remove this, he doesn't get the effect, and we're okay so far. No! God. So no effect on that, that's good for me. Set. I could overlay here, but I don't know if there's anything to overlay to that really matters. Let's go special summon, see what we have. So we have Dweller. Suit would be pretty good, honestly. I can see Suit being an okay card in this situation, but then having to discard Cobra is just a huge problem for me. So I think we're okay with where we're at. So all my face-up cards are pretty much going to be bad in this matchup now. On Any Nightmare was just... on Any Nightmare. Oh yeah, he has that. I don't know why I just didn't put it on bottom. I totally spaced out about that card being a thing. But we do have outs to at least one special summon, so I expect him to barrage and then go into that. And then I don't think he wants to get 2 low life points, so he probably won't spam on Any Nightmare versus me. Because next turn we're putting him pretty low, and then Cowboy would actually finish him off there. Pulse, Lance. No, we're fine. If he has Trident, if he has Trident, we're kind of gonna have a problem here. So I'm gonna have to compulse the first thing he makes essentially every time, which sucks. He won't go Rat here, he'll go Whiptail. Yep, that's right. Just he has one in Graves, so he wants to set up for it. That's fine. Putting that in attack position and hitting over Cobra would have probably been correct. Hammercon. Yes, compulse it, right? Compulse the Hammercon. And let's just pray he doesn't have another monster, or else we're pretty much fucked here. I don't see us winning the match if he has another monster, honestly. It really sucks. Because we actually, hold it for Zoo. Had it not been for if this had been anything else, we probably would have won the match right there. Because we've had Moonmare Shield to trade over. We wouldn't have had to commit our Book of Moon to remove Slip Rider. I think that's really important. Oh, and he's setting a monster. That means he probably doesn't have anything that I'm going to guess. We have Moonmare Shield. We have that. We have that. Do we win this game here? No. We're in kind of an annoying situation, though. So do I commit my normal? My Fox already gone. I think it's I commit too much by committing normal here, right? Do you put him in a situation where he loses, though? That's the real question. So we do 22. We do 32. We'd burn Cowboy for game. That's right. So let's normal summon. Pray we don't play into a fucking Torrential. All right, let's go. Attack directly. Yes. Oh, that was a misplay right away. We get a lot to hand though right now. We get 2 cards to hand, and then he kind of just loses to most of my deck at that point. Pheasant can clear a lot. Solemn Strike. Dude, why did you just throw the game away? What? Why? I don't understand why he did that. That's really weird. Okay, I think we just win then. That was kind of dumb. Okay, I guess he's accepted his defeat. We got the game then. No. We got the game win with Watts. It's pretty cool. Attack for game. Yep. Okay, I guess we won our first game. I think he threw away. I don't know if he would have lost otherwise. He could have definitely made a comeback. But it was Cosmo Zoo, so Cosmo Zoo isn't nearly as good as Pier. But that was pretty fun. I mean, we got the first win fairly reasonably. We opened what was essentially a god hand. I misplayed slightly though, so it's debatable. Because I definitely should have played the Demise play better. And then I should have played around on Ending Nightmare, I guess, by flipping Moonmirror Shield after I did that. Maybe he wouldn't have popped it then. And our hand is okay. We're not going first though, so it's really debatable on how it plays out here. I do like Lance though. A lot of people are playing Mirror Forces, and we're playing. Is this the same guy? Is this the same guy? That's kind of funny if it is. Let's see what we have right now. No, we're playing against different. Okay, we're playing against Drummer last time. This is Jack Wright. All right, so we should again have another good matchup. Cosmo kind of has problems with because it only has 1 Dark Destroyer and it just wants to beat monsters by it just wants to win by having bigger monsters than your opponent. It kind of has a problematic matchup with Watts because it pays a lot of life points and it just picks big monsters. Okay, so what did I give him? I don't even know. Let's chat log. Let's look at log. Farm Drill, Slip Rider. So I gave him Slip Rider. We can handle that. Farm Drill. Yeah, he has Slip Rider. Shit, we have to do everything here. Let's just straight up lance it, because I'd rather draw a card than have a fucking lance versus this matchup. Just straight lance this guy. It loses that amazing 0 attack. Messenger piece. He tags out on that? What? No way he actually tagged on that, unless he's got another jump. Unless he's got another rider. He doesn't. Wow, I'm actually like genuinely amazed by that. I would not expecting him to do that. So let's set everything into beta activations later. I can't even activate that, sucks. I'm gonna get a lot of bad cards here, I'm assuming. I just want 1 watt. 1 watt would make us happy right now. And then we just lock and load messenger piece. Eccentric would also be good as long as he doesn't have Blossom. Winter Cherries would be really nice. And we drew essentially what I wanted. Watch off Quaking. I don't know if Quaking. I'm not sure if Quaking or Moonmirror Shield's better. It comes down to. So this tries to be face up, sent from field to graveyard. Huh. Which one's better in this situation? Against this deck, I want to say Forerunner is always better. I want to say Quaking is usually better in this matchup. So let's set. Because I don't get fucked over by Slip Rider as much. We already demise. Let's just flip Messenger now and pass turn. We know he has Slip Rider, so he's gonna he's gonna focus on that. So we do have Quaking to protect it. Yep, I'm definitely okay with this. I don't know what that would be, but we forced out Tin Can somehow. I don't know how the fuck that happened. That's really strange, but okay. We're in an okay position here. His back row is probably a Call of the Haunted or an Oasis, which is why it's taking so long for him to decide what to do. Farm Girl can attack under Messenger, though, so I think Messenger was correct 99% of the time. You can gain life points back, that's okay. We just slow roll the damage until we win the match. Messenger burning 100 damage at a time. So good. Another Tin Can. Interesting. Do we Book of Moon that? Our Book of Moon's going to be really weak the rest of the game. Yeah, we'll force it. For the rest of the game, Book of Moon's just going to be really underwhelming, so I think it's correct to Book of Moon here. This will force a Slip Rider jump out also. Oh, it did not. Okay. I'm going to attack over it, for sure. And he surrenders. You had Slip Rider. I know you had Slip Rider. Why didn't you just jump into Slip Rider there? Maybe you just didn't want to play the matchup? That's really weird. But Quaking just kind of fucked over Slip Rider, so I don't know. A lot of people don't like this deck, playing against this deck because it's kind of degenerate. Oh, we actually won the die roll. Sweet. So you throw first. Okay, so our hand is okay. I value giraffe more than pheasant every time. Giraffe is just really good. Pheasant's also good. Actually, I don't know, because we have the one of pheasant, so it's debatable, which is better. So we'll just draw 2 off this. That sucks. I probably should have just held it. Definitely should have held it. Damn it. That sucks. Pass turn there. Wow, that's like the worst demise, especially in how little monster this deck plays. We're already out of 4 of our 10 monsters. Dragon Shrine. Okay. It's weird. I don't know what deck he's playing right away. Labradorite. Oh, probably Dart Synchro? Maybe? That would make sense to me if it was Dart Synchro. Oh, Heretics. Straight up Heretics. Cool. This is a cool matchup. This is old school as fuck. This is like a 2013 matchup, 2012 matchup. BLS just straight. Oh, that's crazy. We're floodgate that fucking shit right away. I'm not gonna deal with that. So we're probably not gonna draw like any monsters the rest of this game. Let's really hope for another Demise or Desires so that we have a shot. But if I Desires, he distributed his Oh, dude, that's next level. I was not expecting that play. We're super fine though. We're like really, really okay in this matchup. So we got the Quaking on that. That makes it pretty easy to just kind of steal this game from there. Hopefully we draw a card. Okay, that's what I wanted. I wanted that into Demise or Demise into that. Either way, it's really good for us. And he just surrenders straight up. Okay. Well, that was damn. I had nothing. My hand was so bad too. This is terrible draws. Those are terrible draws. And as you guys can see, we kind of just wrecked every matchup once the list was changed a little bit, including a Zoo Cosmo we beat, and that Unending Nightmare was nuts against this deck because there's so many face-ups. So we beat Zoo Cosmo, we beat Pure Cosmo, and we just forced the Chaos Dragon player to scoop. So ending off, we're actually undefeated with this deck. Wow, that's crazy. Because I won the first game too, right? So we got to 1425 rating with this deck. That's pretty good. Ranked 2,000. We're ranked 2,000 in this deck within like 4 games. That's nuts. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to subscribe and check out my channel for more. We're doing another Deck Doctors video later on, and if you guys want to download this deck, there'll be a link in the description. I'll also link my Pojo thread. You can either tweet at me, post on the Pojo thread, or comment in my on my Facebook page, which is just DailyTNG. I think it's DailyTNG YouTube. You guys can check that out there. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.